Hey guys, Coach Katie here, and I'm in my kitchen. I'm going to talk about energy and fat loss plates today. So, energy plates are ones that you eat after you work out to get that metabolic highway moving really quickly. If you've seen my metabolic highway training, you'll understand that. Otherwise, here's a brief overview. Your metabolism is like a highway. It needs to move in order for cars to get off to the exit that they want to go to. The cars on the highway are your carb cars. They're driving down the highway and they're looking for protein that's hitchhiking to put into the carb car. So the carb car is driving down the highway, it looks for the protein hitchhikers, and it says, hey, hop in, protein, and the protein hops in to the carb car. Now the carb car can drive the protein to the exit where it gets off, and it can help build lean muscle so that you can burn fat faster. The more muscle you have, the faster that you burn fat. So the carb car has a really important job of taking the protein to the exit so that all of that can happen. The third macronutrient is fats. So fats are good for you in fat loss plates, but during energy plates, post-workout, fats act as a police car on the metabolic highway. And the police car comes and pulls over the car and says, nope, you cannot get to the exit today. So we're going to talk a little bit about what are the two different plates, when to have them, why they're important at different times of the day. 1 second, I'm going to pause here because I'm cooking in the middle of this and I'm going to show you exactly how I make a plate. My suggestion is that you eat 3 full meals per day. So you have 21 for the entire week. Maybe you eat breakfast or maybe you intermittent fast, so your meal can start with breakfast or it can start later in the day with a different type of meal, or it can be breakfast later in the day, whichever you're looking for. I am having breakfast later in the day. It's 12 o'clock. I intermittent fast most of the time. So I'm making breakfast right now. I did not just work out, so I'm making a fat loss plate. So if you're wanting to take notes, fat loss plates are for when you did not just work out. Energy plates are immediately after working out. So 3 full meals per day. Could start with this midday noon meal, eat again around 3. That's usually a smaller meal for me, and then eat again around 6 for dinner. And then I also have dessert before bed with a creamy in the ice cream maker. Right over there. Up to you if you want to do that. So say you have 3 full meals per day, and that's 21 per week. 90% of those need to be single ingredient foods. 10% could be pizza. So if you divide 21 by that 90%, that leaves you about 18.5 meals that need to be single ingredient. The other, let's round up, so 19 meals need to be single ingredient. You know exactly what's in them. 1 meal could be pizza that you have on a weekend. And that's a really good way to live your lifestyle when you're trying to lose fat during a fat burning period. So if we're in a fat burning period, we're trying to burn fat, we're trying to lose weight. If you're taking a break from that, you're more in a maintenance style, 80-20 is a different set of rules that you can go by. Either way, when you build plates, fat loss or energy, those are the 2 types of plates. Every time that you build one, it needs to be centered around protein. So ask yourself, what protein is going on this plate? That's how you go out to eat and you look at the menu, where's their protein? Is there protein on this plate? Perfect. I have at least that part down. We've got hitchhikers that need to get in a carb car. My protein is egg whites. Now, because I did not just work out, I'm having a fat loss plate. That means that my body has a really good time at burning fat in the metabolic highway right now. An energy plate post-workout means that your body has a really good time moving carb cars quickly down the highway to get protein to the exit. So you want more carbs after you work out and you want less carbs on the fat loss plates. So fat loss versus energy plates. Fat loss plates has less carbs, energy plates has more carbs. I think of it as a measuring cup. Half cup measuring cup is for a fat loss plate of carbs. Full cup measuring cup is for a energy plate after you work out. So half cup, full cup. Or you can read labels and look at the amount of grams of carbs and things, and I go 25 grams or 50 to 75. So 25 for fat loss plates, 50 to 75 for energy plates. Just depends on really how hungry you are. You kind of have to listen to your body too. So since this is a fat loss plate, I did not just work out. I built it around protein. Now we're gonna toss in veggies, or my next step for a fat loss plate. So it goes protein, then it goes veggies. So I have bagged salad, I'm gonna toss that in. Since it's a fat loss plate, I'm gonna put carbs on last. An energy plate, I would go protein into carbs. So maybe I'd have rice. Rice and egg whites is weird, but I'm just naming off rice and sweet potatoes, rice and applesauce. I wouldn't put the applesauce in there, but on the side, I would build it thinking first is protein. It's an energy plate. Have to get that protein to the exit quickly with the carb car. So what carbs do I need for an energy plate right after working out? I'm gonna focus next on carbs. This is a fat loss plate, so I'm gonna focus on carbs last. I'm not going to not have them. They're just last on my list today. I'm gonna focus on veggies now. So I've got about a cup of raw veggies going in there as well. Then I'm gonna focus on fats. This is loud, hold on. I'm not fancy. I just take the dressing out of the everything but the bagel seasoning salad bag, toss it on there, drizzle about a tablespoon of it, fly. I'm gonna take some of the seasoning out of there as well. So this is not part of the macro groups that we're looking at. This is just, I want the seasoning, so I'm gonna toss it on there because who doesn't love everything but the bagel? Gonna pause. Since I did not just work out, this is my fat loss plate. I get to focus on more fats. So it's a little bit higher of fat, a little bit lower of carb. The police cars, my fats, the dressing that I put on there, police cars don't really care right now. I didn't just work out. So I put in some of that dressing. I'm also gonna toss a little bit of feta cheese on there. I don't weigh and measure anything. I don't even track anymore. I think that you should track in any sort of app. The Fit Forever app, you can track in there. I think you should have a good understanding of what you're eating every day before you just start eyeballing. But I do think that once you have tracked for at least 30 days, you can start to move away from that and just start to go off intuitively. What do I feel my body needs? I know I need fat loss plates when I don't work out. I know I need energy plates within an hour after I work out. So if I just know those things and I just start to eyeball things, intuitively eating, you're free from weighing and measuring and tracking for the rest of your life. So this is my final, I put some smoked salmon on there too. This is my final fat loss plate. And I'm gonna mix all that up. And this is a meal for today. Made it on the fly. You can prep things. You can see back here I have ground bison prepped right now. If I was gonna work out later, say I'm gonna work out, it's 12 right now. Say I'm gonna work out at 4. I need to eat within an hour after working out. And that is gonna be an energy plate. So I would have, again, a palm size or about like a measuring cup full of ground beef, like 3/4 measuring cup, I think for my size, palm size or so of ground beef. I would build it around protein. Then I would focus, because it's an energy plate, what do you think? You build it around next. It's an energy plate, so it goes protein, then what do you focus on? It's carbs. So I have rice and a rice Instapot thing over there. I would take the rice and I would put a cup of rice in there because that's about 50 grams of carbs. I tend to eat more like 75 grams of carbs after I work out because I'm trying to build more muscle. I've met my weight loss goals, so I'll also have some applesauce on the side. So now I've built protein. Next layer was carbs. We've got the carb car driving the protein to the bloodstream, or at least driving it to the exit so that it can get off and build that lean muscle and burn fat. The next layer that I think about on an energy plate is my veggies. So maybe I throw in some more bag salad, or I do some sort of veggies on there. And then the last thing that I think about on an energy plate after working out is my fats. I don't want those police cars to pull me over, so I have less fats after I work out. Honestly, the amount of fat in some ground beef or bison or chicken thighs, not chicken breast, but all of that fat in that meat is good enough. You don't need to add any more at that plate. Your carb focus, you want those carb cars to do their job after you work out. One last piece of the puzzle. You must have protein powder after you work out. So I will pause 1 second. I'm back. After you work out or during your workout, whenever it is, you need to have about 25 grams of protein powder supplement. And then you still need that energy plate within an hour after you work out. So you have 25 grams of protein from a supplement, and then you also have that full meal. It's not like put your protein powder in a smoothie and call it a day. You can put it in a smoothie and those are your carbs, but you still need that meal with more protein within that next hour. And I know that seems like crazy. If you're intermittent fasting and you work out at 5 in the morning, the question I always get is, do I have to have that meal if I'm intermittent fasting? No, you can still eat it later. That's fine if you intermittent fast and you have over 20 pounds to lose. I think if you have less than 20 pounds to lose, you're running a risk of not building the muscle that you want to build if you're waiting that long to have your energy plate after you work out. So I would highly suggest maybe reworking your workout schedule so that you can work out closer to your mealtime, or not intermittent fasting and bringing that meal closer towards your workout. Some thoughts for someone that has less than 20 pounds to lose, because you're really more so now we're trying to build some muscle so that we can burn fat faster. More than 20 pounds to lose, you can burn fat faster than you will with under 15, 20 pounds. So immediately post-workout, you need that workout shake, or I drink mine during, to be honest. This is what I drink. Feel Fit Simply One protein powder. It's vegan, European based. They ban over 2,000 ingredients that the US diet allows, which is crazy. The brand is Arbonne, and you can't find this at a regular store, which means that they have full label disclosure. They only sell from their company. If you're buying your protein powder on a back end cap at a grocery store because it was on clearance, or in bulk at Costco because it's in bulk and it's cheaper, think about having bottom shelf wine and how bad of a headache you get when you do that versus top shelf wine, and how we're still drinking alcohol. It's just not, it's the analogy that I'm coming up with, but you don't feel as bad if you drink a higher quality of wine. You drink low quality bottom shelf, you don't feel great. Same thing with end cap clearance protein powder, bulk protein powder, protein powder that doesn't have full label disclosure. They have hidden ingredients in there. Most of them are like that, by the way, especially the clearance ones or the bulk ones. If you are doing that type of protein powder, you're giving your gut health a headache, the same way that you get a physical headache when you drink low shelf, low quality wine. Think about can we see that fly? Think about what kind of protein powder you're putting into your body, and really treat your body with what it needs to help decrease bloating, help burn fat faster, help get that metabolic highway moving. You could be drinking bad protein powder and then all of a sudden your metabolic highway just stops and it's not moving despite building energy and fat loss plates correctly. So if you're doing whey-based protein powder, I would definitely also suggest moving away from that and moving into vegan. There's been a lot of studies on vegan protein powder versus whey protein powder and the bloating and the digestive issues that whey-based products can cause. So again, it is Feel Fit Simply One, vanilla flavored, strawberry flavored, chocolate flavored. They're all great. I love the vanilla, and I do that right after my workout in a shake, and then I do an energy plate. I typically have a discount code for Arbonne if you've never tried it before. So if you want one, just go ahead and message me on Instagram the word discount, and I'll get it over to you. You can try it. There's 90-day money back guarantee. If you try it for 30 days and you're like, I used the whole bag, but I absolutely hated it, Arbonne will take it back from you. I'm not in charge of that. It's just their company. So if you want to try it, if you want to get away from bottom shelf wine and bottom shelf protein powder and start giving your gut health what it needs, get rid of bloating. I know so many people have switched from whey-based things to vegan, feeling so much better. And then also, I mean, if you think about all the other vegan protein powders out there, a lot of them don't taste great, but also, someone get this fly for me. A lot of them don't taste great, but also a lot of them don't have full label disclosure. So there's a lot of hidden ingredients out there. This is just what I believe in. You don't have to use what I use. But the last part of the puzzle is you need 5 servings of protein every single day to keep that metabolic highway moving. 5 servings of protein. We did, if you work out, you have an energy plate after you work out. It has protein in it, plus your protein shake after you work out. There's 2 servings of protein. Then you have 2 fat loss plates. So there's 2 more servings of protein. You're asking yourself, where's the 5th one come from? Real quick, and I'll tell you. On days you don't work out, you just do 3 fat loss plates. You don't need an energy plate on days that you don't work out. On a Friday, if you're gonna have pizza and you wanna squeeze 2 meals into that pizza and you only have 1 other big meal that day, totally fine as well. Essential Meal is a different protein powder from Arbonne. Same concept as back end cap clearance protein powder versus the Good Guys. This one is a full meal replacement shake, so I do that in my creamy every single night. It's that plus almond milk, and then I throw in like some chocolate or brownie mix or pineapple, whatever I'm feeling that day, and I have a 4th fat loss plate every day. So I just, my body just likes that, and you can try it, and you might feel that your body likes to have 4 as well. Sometimes I'm not even hungry for that, and I just listen to my body intuitively, and I just have a shake and water, and that's it. And I don't go the full route of having like it in almond milk and all the other things. So I hope that that helps you. This is going to go paired with like cheat sheet training that you saw, and I just can't wait to see if this makes sense for you. Let me know, and thanks for making my breakfast with me.